I'm 60 years old, and for most of my life I thought I had it all figured out. Married young, raised 2 wonderful kids, worked part-time at the library and spent Sundays baking my favorite treats. To me, love was quiet and steady, like a gentle presence beside you, never loud, never demanding. I lived in my comfortable routine, never really questioning what might be missing until one stormy afternoon changed everything. The rain was relentless, pounding against the windows, turning the street into a shimmering river. I was alone, sipping tea by the window when I noticed a familiar figure sprinting down the sidewalk, drenched hoodie soaked through and looking like a stray puppy. It was a fan, my neighbor's son, now in his early 20s. He had recently moved back home after college. He knocked on my door breathless and apologetic. "My parents aren't home and I don't have a key," he explained. I hesitated just a moment before stepping aside. "Come in, you'll catch a cold out there." He thanked me quietly and stepped inside, shaking off the rain. I handed him a towel, and as he dried himself off, something inside me stirred a flutter I hadn't felt in years. I offered to find some dry clothes and he gratefully accepted. While he changed, my heart raced for reasons I didn't fully understand. Since my husband passed 3 years ago, my house had been painfully quiet, and having him here so close, so alive, felt both strange and comforting. We spent the afternoon talking about everything and nothing: his job search, the chaos of the world, my garden. His green eyes held mine longer than usual, and I found myself smiling more than I had in months. As the rain continued outside, he asked softly, "Do you ever get lonely?" The question caught me off guard. I nodded, admitting quietly that I did. He did too, and in that moment, a quiet understanding passed between us, 2 souls recognizing a shared ache. Later, I invited him to stay for dinner and he accepted. We ate soup and toast, laughed, and settled into a comfortable silence. Then, as we washed dishes side by side, our hands brushed again and again. Neither of us moved away. The warmth between us was undeniable yet delicate. That night he slept on the couch. The next morning, as sunlight streamed in, we exchanged awkward hellos, but the space between us felt different, charged with something new. Days passed and Irfan came back not because of rain, but because he wanted to. We gardened together, shared meals, and slowly, without rushing, we allowed something to grow, a connection that defied labels but felt honest. One evening, with Stevie Nicks crooning in the background, he asked me to dance. It had been so long since anyone had done that. We swayed slowly, the years between us melting away in the music. Our relationship was unexpected, complicated but real. We moved gently, respecting the unspoken boundaries yet embracing the warmth that blossomed in the quiet spaces. One afternoon, he surprised me with an old Polaroid camera and new film, inviting me to make new memories. As the photo developed, I saw myself smiling, older but alive in a way I hadn't been for a long time. We sat in the backyard as fireflies blinked around us, talking about the fears and judgments waiting outside our door, but we also knew this was our story to live, not anyone else's. "I want to stop waiting for perfect," I confessed. He pulled me close. That night, as we rested in each other's arms, I finally understood what love could be: unexpected, imperfect, but deeply alive. I don't know what the future holds for Irfan and me, but for the first time in a long time, I'm not afraid to find out.